Oh, 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 oh.
Welcome to Multiple O's, the spin-off podcast for The O Show. The O Show is hosted by Dr. Oriana Fox, the artist with a PhD in self-disclosure. You hopefully know the spiel by now. If you're interested in candid confessions, creativity, nonconformity, and mental health, you've come to the right place. This, my friends, is season 2 of this podcast, which explores the crossover between working on the self and working to change the world. Have you ever said to yourself, I love that Oriana Fox makes art all the time? Well, if you have, now you can say it with your wallet. Go to patreon.com/Oriana Fox and support this lovely podcast and artist.
Hello there, this is Oriana. Welcome to Multiple O's. This week's interview is with none other than Mr. John Kilduff. That's Mr. Let's Paint, who I interviewed back in May 2021, but you just heard his voice. Also, he did the wonderful intro bits for this season 2 of this podcast. And he's a lovely person, and I'm looking forward to sharing this interview. And I introduce him more fully in the recording, and I'll play that for you now. Enjoy.
Hey.
Hello. Hi. Welcome.
Wow, it's no prep time, no. All right, we're just live. Fantastic.
I gave an intro, but I don't know if anyone could hear me because I realized too late that I didn't have my mic near my face. I will give it again with you here.
No, it's fine.
I want to say it. It's important to me. I was saying how this residency has been very moving and wonderful experience of bringing together old friends and making new ones, and that you, my next guests, are extremely special because without you, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I haven't. You are the very first person I ever live streamed with, like my very, very first. Oh, you're the first, and and that was a decade ago.
That's not 10 years ago, is it?
It was 2010 when we first live streamed together.
Really?
On Let's Paint TV.
Seems like I thought it was like 5 years ago.
Does it seem like yesterday?
It does.
Oh,
is that good or bad? I don't know.
Oh, how the time flies. Yeah, so in 2010, I was on Let's Paint TV for the first time. And then I came back a year later, 2011. And then the next year had a baby, and we lost touch.
You lost touch?
Well, actually, no. 2011, we also did the Do It All dating game.
That's right.
And actually, yes. We had Irene. You remember our bachelorette? Anyway, she was on earlier, so it's just all coming together.
Okay. And, fantastic. and I remember you had the people on trampolines, little mini trampolines.
Yes. Yes, they were on mini trampolines. They were cooking. They were making sandwiches. Yeah. And answering questions of the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. And Irene came up with the most wonderful questions, one of which I quoted this morning back to her, which she had forgotten, which was, if I were a boiler, how many times a day would you turn me on? Classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What did any good responses?
I can't remember. They were good. The responses were good.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, because I think I gave them the questions in advance, so they kind of planned funny things to say.
So they weren't lukewarm.
They were not lukewarm. No, they were good. But yeah, so that was 2011, and then a year later, I had my first child. And actually, it's funny because the time I was on Let's Paint TV in 2011 was like right around the time that I was just met my partner, and we were like very much in love. And I had this huge phone bill, or like we were just falling in love. Like I had this huge phone bill because anyway, whatever. That was annoying. But it's just kind of funny because I was on Let's Paint TV twice, I always try to imagine that I met him sooner. Like, oh yeah, we were together for a while before I got pregnant. No, it's just a lie. A lie I tell myself that's conveniently dated by my appearances on Let's Paint TV. But anyway.
Okay.
But doing this,
So I'm part of your timeline, is
you're
what you're
part
saying.
of my timeline. Yes.
Let's pick.
But no, it was because of you that I started the O Show. You are
Awesome.
my inspiration.
It's impressive. It's what the stuff I see. It looks like it's like professionally done. Like.
Well, I mean, it's so funny because some people say that, and then other people are like, "Oh, I see you've got a really quirky DIY aesthetic." So it really depends on.
Oh man, yeah. When they put that one out there, you're just like, okay, yeah. You've been shelved over to the side. I embrace it because you just have to embrace it all.
Yeah. Yes, and
but
your motto.
We're artists, so we get it. We can we're free to kind of explore all the routes. We're not. I don't think you're. That's the beauty of being an artist. You're not limited to various regimens of what is expected. At least I like to look at it that way, because no one's paying us to do it for the most part.
Well, we just had the prior guest was Marina Granger, who is an artist advisor, and she says that we need to get rid of this myth of a starving artist and that artists can be paid. So I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I buy into that too.
Nice one. So yeah, but so I was saying that doing this residency this week, it's like been really so full on, like back-to-back guests. Well, not quite, but almost on some days. And I'm just like, now I understand you better. I think I understand you better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because there were some days where you just didn't exercise or paint or cook.
Oh,
yeah. You just sat there.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to keep the momentum.
You just can't.
I think that possibly you could if you had people poking you and prodding you and pushing you. Then you could probably deliver what is maybe expected from you, running and dancing and painting and yelling and screaming, like you could probably do it. But since no one's telling me to do it, then it's like
no. But that's not true. You had a cult following. I mean, still do.
Yeah,
you had those people who would log in day after day and go John, and I remember how protective of you they were when I came on the show. They were like, "Who is this Oriana woman? What is she doing with our John?" They're so jealous. It was like hilarious. And I loved them. They were great. I became part of the community after a while.
You befriended them.
I befriended them. Yeah.
You won them over.
I won them over. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you've had to shift to all these different platforms over time, and the one you were on just died, and that must have been really irritating. Because did everything get lost, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine for me because I've had that experience before. But when I did cable access all those years, and then they stopped doing cable access, so that venue died. But I kind of, in a weird way, you kind of exhaust the particular thing, and things move. Things change all the time. There's always something new happening, and so you either jump in on that. We don't have MySpace really anymore. Remember? And and people are burning out on Facebook. I don't know if they will, but maybe we move on to some other.
Oh yeah, thing, Facebook seems like it's dying a death.
Maybe.
Or it's just or you know what it is? It's just there's only people our age on it. There's no young people on it.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, I've heard that the kids do not do Facebook. So that tells you right there that's not going to last. I mean, I can't imagine unless they get hip.
Yeah, they gotta get woke or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, woke. Or at least get a walk. Get a walk to get woke.
Exactly. And you introduced me to Paulette Humanbeing, who wrote the theme song to the Do It All dating game, and now she's written the theme song to the O Show, the new O Show theme song.
Oh, okay.
Paulette has written.
I have not heard that, but she mentioned
Actually,
something.
I realize I don't know if that's a faux pas. I don't even know what Paulette's preferred pronouns are. I just guessed by Paulette.
Paulette. She goes by Paulette, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
But she mentioned that. In fact, we're kind of we years ago we did a tour, the two of us, because we're cousins, and so it was the cousins tour, and we're actually considering maybe doing it again.
Excellent.
It's all this post-COVID stuff going on. All these little feelers are now coming out. Like the past year, nothing just like been dead. Like, oh, stay home, don't do anything. So, but yeah, we might go touring again, maybe. I don't know.
You do have a very similar kind of painting style in a way, or
well, she kind of I wouldn't say she learned. I think she got some information out of me, yeah, or learned a little. We used to go painting together and stuff, so she has that, and then she also has been influenced by this other artist, Jeffrey Balance. So it's fun to see her work, where it seems like it's kind of a combo of both of our of her influences in a way. So yeah.
And he was part of the group, wasn't he? He was part of the kind of Let's Paint TV crowd. I feel like that name is ringing a bell, maybe.
Well, he's a well-known artist, and he was my professor at UCLA, and but yeah, he's come on my show a bit, yeah, a couple of times, yeah, done some. He ran for president
nice.
in 2016, and he debated with Tara Indiana, who was also running for president. She's I don't know how she calls herself, but anyway, she came on, and she had a guy with a Trump mask like on the floor, some kind of like a dominatrix thing. I don't know if that's
okay.
correct wordage.
Yeah.
But that was a fun show. I think it's on YouTube still. That video.
Cool.
So they had a debate.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, one of my favorites from the cable access days was I think you were playing chess and doing a lot of other things, and you won the chess game.
Yeah, chess.
That was the best.
And I don't know, making like fried egg sandwiches possibly, I think, and then taking calls and paintings. I do enjoy that kind of overwhelm, trying to take on everything all at the same time. I think that's just fun. It doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean it. I mean, there's nothing about. I mean, because it's next to impossible to be really great at any of it all at the same time. It's just it's a freedom, I think, to just make an attempt.
Yeah.
Well, my dad used to say 98% of everything is just showing up. So the other 2% is, whatever. So
that's good. I'm gonna think of that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Though I think it's attributed to Frank Sinatra, but I don't know where I heard that. I don't know if that.
Wise words.
I don't know if was kidded on that one or not. I don't know.
Wise words, yeah. So what have you been up to?
Just hunkering down. I'm just about to bust out though.
You're about to bust out.
Yeah, I got another week before I'm free because of the
vaccine.
I got my second vaccine, and now I got another week before it to whatever that I could kind of run around and like French kiss everybody.
I don't think you can do that though, because I think you could still be a carrier. We don't want to give false information.
Well, they said that, but the CDC, they claim that we're not carriers as much. I don't know.
I think I have heard that actually, but yeah, there's new variants in India. And, well, not that anyone's traveling necessarily, but
yeah.
Anyway, fun stuff.
Good times. Good times. Didn't expect that in your life card. Like when you came into this world, like, oh, gonna have a pandemic to deal with.
Yeah. But speaking of surprises,
Yes.
I have a little surprise for you.
Really?
Yes, I do. You need to look under your chair.
Okay. What? What's this?
What is it?
I don't know. I guess I should open it.
I think you should open it. It's actually a gift from me.
Oh,
to you.
my.
On our anniversary of sorts.
Holy cow. I don't know. What is this possibly going to be? Maybe I should save the wrapper.
Yeah, I think it is special, isn't it? We should save it.
Uh-oh.
Or reuse it.
Okay, let's see.
Lose it, reuse it.
Oh, a cup. All right.
What does it say?
It says...
I wasn't sure which one you would like best, so I got a couple of options.
Oh, okay. So, just a brunette and a blonde with an unbreakable bond.
That's
right.
us, isn't it? That says it all about our relationship.
I'm gonna have to put put my thinking cap on and figure that one out.
I'm the blonde and you're the brunette. It's about our friendship.
I see. Yeah. But it is unbreakable. It's an unbreakable bond for sure. Okay, other best friends, you. Oh my, I like that's great.
It's hard because it's all backwards for everybody, but so yeah, other best friends are just a horse and the other, and you are a pole dancing unicorn.
Like I'm just like this dancing unicorn guy.
Yes.
On the pole, doing the pole dancing. I should get a pole. I should start doing pole dancing.
You heard it here first.
Maybe I should set up a GoFundMe or something, or whatever.
Definitely. I'm so glad. I'm moved actually that my gift would be such an inspiration to you.
I can identify with this better. I think this is.
So that's the better one, not the blonde or the brunette. It was hard to choose.
This one's really nice, though.
Okay, good. I guess I should have just gone with that one.
This is a keeper, yeah. I'll drink coffee in this.
Great. Well, I just wanted to show my appreciation because it really is true. I'm not just saying that you were my first and you were also my inspiration. And I learned to embrace failure from you.
I'm always tickled pink or whatever. When anyone says that, because I don't always think so much about what I do is of any importance, and because I'm just a little old me, I'm just doing my thing, and I'm yelling out into the world, and I'm yelling, and I'm doing my, and I think I'd be maybe more it would possibly you could somehow feel like you were more important when you had like just a crap load of museum shows and
institutional recognition.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's the word, institutional recognition. I like that one.
Yeah.
Then I would, but I do. It is nice.
You are having institutional recognition right now. It's the O Show recognizing Let's Paint TV.
It's beautiful. Thank you. So are you at the are you there in London inside the are you in your apartment, or are you in the at the headquarters?
I'm at the headquarters, aka my apartment. Or flat, we would call it.
The flats, yes.
Yeah.
The flats.
The flat.
Over here in the States, flat means, you just got a flat tire. It's
Yeah.
usually kind of a negative, somewhat.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because when I remember saying to a British friend that I grew up in an apartment, and she was shocked. She was like, "You grew up in a block of flats." Like it was like this appalling thing to have grown up in a block of flats.
You don't really have, you've been there for over 10 plus years right now, and your accent's not really that changed, has it?
And that's probably because, as you can hear, I do a terrible British accent.
Yes. So they're like, just stick to your American accent, Oriana, please.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I try to go with the Madonna accent, and they're like, stop. Yeah.
Wow. These are great gifts. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, it's really just a token. I mean, nothing compared to the gift that you've given me and you continue giving with your work.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes I go backwards on being, some kind of a positive influence, I mean, I don't feel like I'm always 100% on that.
Do you think you're sometimes a bad influence?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm being a bad influence, but I guess that's life. So you can't.
What do you mean? Like by getting people to be on the internet all the time instead of doing something else?
Yeah. Yeah. That, or just, I say one thing and then I'm doing another thing, or, I change my mind, or I'm just, I don't know. I'm not sure I know what I'm doing, I guess. And, but I
isn't
think
that what everyone loves about you?
Maybe so. And maybe I am maybe a little back and forth here and there, but then, in the long run, I'm still kind of going forward with maybe some kind of positivity. So I kind of see that like I'm a little atom or something, and hope and an atom of good, possibly.
Yeah. So what does keep you going without institutional recognition? Like what keeps you going?
Well, I think there's a work ethic thing, where you just have to make a living at and so that kind of forces you to go and come up with ideas of maybe trying to find ways to sell your artwork and painting. But I deep down, I do love painting. So it's a back and forth thing for me in terms of, okay, this is sort of performance, being out and about or performing and whatnot. But I also just enjoy painting, the isolation of painting. So I can, I can be between the two of those. One will activate and keep me going, and inspire me, and so I might disappear from one and then come back to the other, and so I go back and forth. But I think when I started out as an artist, I got really mostly more into the art, the painting part of it, and I think that left me a little empty in a weird way. So the performance had to come out also.
Yeah. I know what you mean, because I started as a painter as well, and I just got stuck in a rut with painting, and I kept trying different things. Yeah.
I mean,
well, you keep painting. I mean, some people say to me, "Oh, I wish you should go back to painting," but I just don't have a clue what I would paint. But maybe I would love to paint, but I have no studio, so I've become kind of a post-studio artist.
No,
I had a studio.
Painting's a weird game because what do you paint? It's always a problem, really. I tend to go through ideas and just kind of maybe just sort of knock them out and just sort of get them out and see if they fly or not, and you just kind of do it. But regardless, I think deep down though, regardless of what you're maybe trying to paint or what you're painting, it's I think they always say it's that the process of just throwing the paint down and just pushing the pain. There's something very enjoyable about it.
Yeah,
It passes the time. That's a big problem with life and living is how to pass time. And how many Netflix
comedy specials can you watch?
shows can you watch? And so sitting on the couch, or it's just another thing to do that you can explore, and it's generally pretty healthy, minus the maybe breathe in the fumes and stuff. Could be dying.
Yeah, but it's interesting because you are on the as a performer, like such a social guy, and then when you're painting, it's all about. I think that's I think artists, like, they need solitude, and actually, I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about that because of COVID. I guess.
But so you're seeing that, but then you have the persona of the O show, and you are this you're this outgoing person, dealing with audiences. And
and that's the thing. You can see on the Let's Paint TV videos, like, how shy I am. I'd hardly say anything. Like,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like in 2010 and 2011, I don't really speak. I just giggle. I just laugh at everything you say. And then there's that one episode where I try to be you, and it's really challenging. And stuff,
that was fun, right? I remember you were trying to be me. That was fun.
I wore your suit and everything. So that was fun. But and I'm wearing the same leotard from when we did badminton, when we painted barbecue and badminton. I wanted to see if I could get into it, and I can, but I can't get into the belt.
Okay.
I'd had a belt, and I could maybe, but I can't do anyway.
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah, that happens. COVID happened. So, but anyway, I was going to ask you, can I have your consent to put that? I have it actually as a QuickTime movie.
The video up? Sure, of course.
I mean, I'm going to put it on IGTV.
Yeah, whatever.
Cool. So I'll put it on there, and it'll be.
You can edit it, so it's not so long and painful or whatever. But sometimes, well, I always feel I'm I guess aware of the long pauses and just and everything is so condensed. So anyway, feel free to edit, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I could. I don't know. I don't want to spend any time editing.
Me neither. I hate editing. Editing's no fun. Yeah.
It's no fun. But I mean, I get very fastidious about it and pernickety.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't bring out the best in me in terms of creativity or something.
It's just another thing to kind of do, but I couldn't imagine doing it all the time. I just
yeah.
But it's good to know how to do it, I guess, a little bit.
I know, that's the thing though. When you have a lot of skills, it's like some people would probably think it's a good thing, but I actually think it's kind of bad to have. Like, I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And I just I can do it. So therefore, but does that mean I should? Like, I probably would be better off outsourcing that job to someone else.
But I mean, do you have the money? Or
I don't have the money. I don't know. Maybe I do though, because like by the time it's all said and done, I probably spent the money. In a way, the amount of hours I'd spend compared to somebody else.
The time and hours, but I mean, but I think in again, if you become this institutional,
we have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, and then I'll say the question.
If you become somehow an institutional darling, then you could. It would be easy to get that outsourced.
Yeah. Actually, it did happen once where the gallery I did the O show in paid everybody's fees. I didn't have to pay them, and paid me a little bit to host and organize and produce the O show, but paid me a good amount to edit the thing. But then I was under all this pressure to do it quickly, and I'm terrible at doing. I don't want to watch myself right after I did it. I want to wait a while, and that's not really cool in our constant update world where it's like they want it online right away. It's just Anyway, the question was actually from this. Actually, I can't even remember who the name was. I'm sorry. I think it is the person whose face is showing right now. Natalia Rocafuerte.
Yeah, Natalia. I know her.
Was it Natalia's question was, do you like any video artists? And who was that question directed to? Both of us or just John?
Maybe both of us, I guess.
Well, you go first.
Oh, video artist. There's I'm bad at names. I'll just say that. So I'm not good. I couldn't tell you the person. I think he's actually she's from Natalia's from Texas, and I think this guy lives in Texas or he has some. Wait. But I saw a nice video of it. Well, I saw Bruce Nauman is his name. Bruce Nauman.
Bruce Nauman, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that guy's pretty cool. And then of course McCarthy makes some crazy stuff. Paul McCartney or McCarthy,
whatever his name is.
I can't say it.
I was going to say Alex Bagg, just to add in a female artist.
Yeah.
Alex Bagg, do you know Alex Bagg's work? She does these like funny personas. No. Ooh, I'm getting love for that. Yeah, she does these really great. I mean, I guess she's early I don't know, 90s, 80s.
Okay,
I don't know. Does these really funny personas like the art teacher and like the art student then the really bored shop girl. Boring. Yeah. It's very funny. It's very good.
I don't know. I've seen that, but I'm not the best at the I'm kind of not good at that kind of knowing about stuff for some reason. I don't mean that I'm somewhat whatever.
You gotta know about stuff. Like philosophically, I think, but maybe not, academically.
Possibly.
But you went to UCLA, didn't you?
Yeah,
I'm so jealous of that. I could never get a place there. I applied so many times.
Well, it's just a luck of the draw or whatever. They just go, oh, okay, you go in, you get to go.
Really?
I think so. It was. I mean, I applied and so I got in, obviously, but and they made a decision to pick me. So, but yeah.
Well, that's what you probably have imposter syndrome. That's like a telltale sign of you think, oh, I only got this thing because it's because of luck. It wasn't, I don't know. That's telltale like imposter syndrome statement.
I didn't mean to say that. It was not really actually. It was not dumb luck because I somehow captured their attention, in the application process, as I recall. But I had a reference for them to contact, and they verified that I was of who verified who I was. They and then,
so it was a little elbow rubbing.
I mean there was a connection for me to get in.
Yeah, it's all about connections.
Whereas I think it's probably next to impossible if there's no, reference connection, I think, to get into a place like that, maybe. I remember being like an art student and going to galleries in New York, and there was a Mike Kelly exhibition. Yeah.
And there was a drawing.
Yeah.
But he was a teacher of yours?
Yeah. For a year.
So there was a drawing, and it was like of a castle, like a Disney castle. It was very simply done, like a white page with just with simple line drawings. And it was like a castle in the distance with a road going up, mounds, hills into the distance. And on the flag of the castle, it said UCLA. And I thought, oh, he's totally making fun of me. He's making fun of my aspirations to
Oh,
Like I really felt made fun of by that drawing. Like,
oh man.
as they would say here, I felt like I was being taken the piss out of.
Yeah, but you ended up going to the school there in London, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was the only place I got in.
well.
I didn't get in anywhere in America.
I didn't
They
get
want me in
anywhere.
my own country.
I didn't get into anywhere else besides UCLA. So
Yeah, I guess that's just the way the cookie
I
crumbles.
applied to them all because I was like, oh, I need to get a master's so I can maybe teach because I, got to find a way to make a living. But that idea about teaching because you have a master's is kind of a strange thinking because it's kind of impossible to get a teaching job.
Yeah. That was like the pipe dream that we were sold.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, precarity, like neoliberalism. There's no way.
Yeah, but however,
or you'll get one, but it's adjunct, and you'll never,
Yeah, and then this whole adjunct.
You have to have 3 adjunct positions to make a living. And then you don't have any time for art.
It doesn't, and then you don't get to make your art. Yeah.
That's what I hear. I haven't had that experience.
Me too.
I basically have had that experience, but here, and we don't call it adjunct, but it's basically
same idea. Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah. But anyway, I gave up on the idea of teaching.
But you do make a living from your art.
I do.
Don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a meager. It's not. I have yet to strike the riches that are promised. I'm still trying.
Yeah. I had an idea. You know how I've been experimenting with Instagram because I discovered in making these live things that it's frustrating because when it becomes a post on your feed, it cuts it, it crops it. And so I've been doing things with the guests to make that crop look really good, better. Yeah. And I was thinking with you, what would be funny is if we could somehow reenact like Michelangelo's God's finger kind of thing. Yeah. So you're God, obviously. Yeah. And I'll be Adam.
I don't know about that. No. Why is that? Why do I have to be God? That's a lot of pressure.
Being God is not pressure. You're in charge.
That's a lot of I don't want to play God.
No, you don't think that's a good idea? I mean,
okay, whatever. Let's go with it for a second. We'll do it.
All right. I just want to see what it looks like. I'm looking up a picture. Yeah, creation of Adam comes up right away. Well, I mean, obviously not like a whole full body thing, especially because I'm wearing my pajamas actually underneath on top with my leotard. So
gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but up a bit, and I know my thumb has to be, if I'm Adam, my thumb has to be, yes, that's it. I think your hand should be more relaxed, like less fisty. Closer.
Less fisty.
I think that's.
I see some hearts,
but mine is big.
I see a lot of hearts.
Too big. There we go. I think that's going to make a great shot.
We got an LMFAO.
Cool. I feel like there's something else I want to tell you or talk to you about, but I can't remember what it is.
Oh. I don't know what it would be.
Oh, yes. I want to ask you like a more stereotypical kind of Osho question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Which is maybe a little out of left field, considering the rest of our conversation had nothing to do with this.
Gotcha.
But what is your relationship to masculinity and femininity? Because obviously, since we were last together, like masculinity and our perception of it has changed drastically, hasn't it?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I grew up in the 70s. Women's liberation. And my mom she did everything. One time she made shoes for us. She was like,
no way, you're making that up.
She tried to make shoes for us, but she was very resourceful. She fixed everything, and so I've always had great respect, I guess, because of that, for women. I don't know. I've always been hesitant of the man, sort of treating women badly. I've never been into that. Never felt comfortable around that. But you do see that, like with the president, the ex-president, saying, "Oh, that's locker room talk," like where he passed off the way he was treating the talking about women in the locker room, and he is not. I can't say that I heard anyone say exactly what he just said, but I've heard something like that, and that's the same thing too about being a white guy. Sometimes you get a fellow white guy come up to you and they'll confide to you something that is just the worst racist crap, assuming that you're going to agree with them. And, and it's a weird spot to be, because if you stop them, you could get in a fight for it. So it's kind of a weird thing, and when you, how you deal with that. I don't know. It's good that it's all out there. Yeah, I guess, that kind of stuff. And I think, I think it gets better through time, but it's just a lot of back and forth stuff, and it's not really resolved, but it could, and it will, but, maybe not, it doesn't happen overnight. This kind of stuff. I don't know if I answered anything. I just went all over the place.
That was good. Oh, there's a question. Where is painting heading to in the 21st century?
21st century. Oh. I more of the same, I guess, all types of art, painting being done, various groupings, there's different types of groups, different ways, there's sort of the artists that are sort of supported by galleries and, maybe, and succeed that way. And then there's artists that are just finding a way by just selling on their own. And then, it's just more of the same. I couldn't say that it's going anywhere other than where it's going. It's just more of the same.
Can I say something about that? Because I teach at an art school, and it's a very kind of, most people there make, paintings and sculptures and kind of work in traditional media. And my sense about where painting is going is that we're having more painters with diverse backgrounds exploring formalism, because I think when I was in art school, like in the 90s, late 90s, if you were, wanting to make work about identity related or identity politics, you were kind of expected, or it was like painting was like that thing that like white guys did and straight guys, and it was like painting was, and especially like Abex and whatever, like it's a very macho kind of abstraction was like a macho thing. And like if you're going to do identity politics, you're going to do performance, you're going to do new media, you're going to do something new. Well, I guess it's kind of a legacy of feminist art and the kind of innovations of that feminist artists made in the second wave with performance art and video and new media, all those things I just mentioned. So it was like, painting and especially formalism was like boo, boo, boo.
Formalism meaning, I'm not certain what that means.
Like where you're exploring like the materials and basic form, like not non-representational. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So, shapes and colors and
okay.
and
for the
texture.
Just for the beauty of the imagery, not, or I shouldn't say beauty, but just viscosity or whatever. Yeah. All that.
Yeah. Or like expressing your
maybe
self on the canvas, your emotions, there's that, or there's like going more towards minimalism, which is, just eliminating the hand of the artist.
Not so much narrative being, telling a story.
Right. So if you can't tell a story,
yeah.
If you're not telling a story, how do you put the identity into it? How do you put identity politics? How do you make yourself visible as
but there's a way to do it, isn't there? Yeah.
Well, I think now artists are finding a way to do that, to use traditional media that may be identity-based artists, like, or artists wanting to make something to do with identity, or there's maybe a recognition of the kind of the innovations that the artists dealing with identity have made that should be recognized. Anyway, I'm getting really academic and whatever.
I always get lost. I'm always amazed that I even went to art school, because I'm not really good at that whole stuff. I don't follow it, so not too much. But I know I get the gist.
You get the gist, yeah. But I wanted to ask, like, a follow-up question to my question.
Yeah.
Was just that I wanted to know, like, I was more asking, like, your internal sense of yourself. Like,
mm-hmm.
do you see yourself as masculine?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you have a feminine side?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a sense, and I don't know if it's fair to say that being sensitive is a feminine trait. It's probably not should not be identified as such, but nevertheless, I don't know, because I think there is. I think we all have, both sides of the coin, for sure, and I think as an artist, you are probably more capable of understanding that, or feeling it, or maybe exploring it. I don't think if you don't partake in the arts, you're not going to understand it as much, because you're really locked into sort of the daily life of whatever job, business, existence that you've created for yourself, and it doesn't. It's less likely. You're less likely to see that, I think. But I think in the arts, you're more. You see that, you're able to understand, and I think there is that in us all, for sure. The various the yin yang and whatever, male, female.
Totally.
And the male could be the yang or the yin, and the female. It's not. It's not one or the other. So.
Yeah. So how do you have like a button? Like, how do you normally end your shows these days? Or
I just say I'm out of here. I don't know. Thanks for coming.
And Peanut Rodriguez just joined. With a name like that, you kind of want to stay around.
Yeah. What's up, Peanut?
Actually, my stepbrother calls me Peanut.
Okay.
It's my nickname.
Long time fan, first time caller.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah.
Well, I'm planning. I've been doing a dance party for the most part every Friday night, so it might be a little late for your London time.
Well, maybe it's morning for me. What time is it?
Yeah,
I found this great website that tells you the time.
I tend to go 7 p.m. Pacific.
7 p.m. Pacific is that right? 3 p.m.? No, I'm looking at 7
3 a.m. Probably 3 a.m. No?
3 a.m. Yeah, that's a little
okay.
If I ever have insomnia, I'm with you.
Yeah, you ravers out there. Out there in London, discotheque ravers. You don't have to traverse the wild world, late night world of danger and darkness. And I've never been to England though, so.
Well, you should come when it's safe to do so.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, I really love the idea that you could talk to people that speak English, but which is weird because I was in Vienna a couple of times the last few years, and
I love Vienna.
Yeah, it's cool, and everyone speaks English.
Yeah, so, it's true. Yeah,
except for I noticed there were a handful of people that would only speak, I guess, German, and they tended to be kind of the kind of blue collar type of worker. So it occurred to me, or someone told me that if you can't speak like multiple languages in those countries, then you're going to be relegated to sort of a blue collar type of job.
Right.
Because you can't. That's just the way it is. So kind of sad, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I would just be a blue collar guy. I can't speak any other language.
Well, maybe when you were little, you'd started or something.
I did. When I was little, I was just speaking French.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what happened?
It went away. I didn't speak. It was not fluent at all. It was just one word. It was
You spoke one word of French.
Yeah. It was nothing, anything more than that. I did take French in high school too, by the way. So I was terrible at it. Yeah. I cheated.
Oh, right. Peanut saying you speak paint.
I speak paint. Thank you.
Which is the lingua franca.
No, also if you do go to another country and you can't speak the language, think about the body language.
Yeah. Ha! Sorry, that just makes me... Sorry, when I hear body languages, it makes me think of the song from The Little Mermaid.
I don't know that one.
Ursula, the sea witch, she sings about, trying to convince Ariel to give up her voice. And she goes, don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha!
Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that. You're going to have to watch it now.
Stuff. I mean, it's really... but actually, it's interesting. Oh, I probably shouldn't say this no, the audience is here and waiting. What are you waiting for? I can't. What are you waiting for?
I don't know. Maybe
you know what?
Waiting
the audience is waiting.
TV, Let's Pay TV tour in England or something.
Oh right, yes.
Maybe that's what
they want you here.
Yeah, but I don't even know how you do that. I never knew how you can go to these places and you hear these stories because of, work permits. And it's like, I'm not, from my little limited knowledge, you got to be careful about going to another country to perform or do anything without having some kind of idea of what you're up against in terms of, passport control.
I think they probably love you at Edinburgh Fringe or something. I think I could see you there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or doing some kind of, club cabaret kind of.
That'd be fun. Well, I'm still alive.
TV shows are, sorry, I'm just reading this out. The TV shows are also just great. Really enjoying them. So there you go. A little positive feedback.
Yeah. That's good. I wish that would help, really I wish that would be like enough, like somehow be like a little, like an electronic, maybe you could get like an electronic pulsator thing, to like, stimulate your head, every time you got like these positive.
Yeah. Somebody just said, you helped me to keep painting.
Good.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I guess a
Yeah.
reference to Finding Dory. We're making Disney references here on
Good.
the O Show and Let's Paint TV. Favorite living artist is Mr. John
Really?
Kilduff. Is that what you're saying, Peanut?
That or Oriana is Oriana.
Or maybe is that a question?
Yeah. What is
here's
the
my
favorite
imposter
living
syndrome coming up.
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
It's hard to name a favorite living artist, I think.
It's always hard to pick. Like it's the same thing. Like, what's your favorite color? Or it's just hard.
Yeah, what is your favorite color? Do you have a favorite color?
No, but I mean, I think I might gravitate to sort of a sunset orange, maybe.
Well, yeah, it is you. That was confirmation from Peanut.
That's me. Okay.
You are Peanut's favorite living artist. Wow. The love. Feel the love. Take it in.
Wow,
Incorporate that into your sense of self, John.
Exactly. Wow. I need to type those out and at least have them on my.
Yeah, you should. And that I was reading. So I've been reading this book about imposter syndrome, and I haven't finished it yet. But because I think I'm an imposter at imposter syndrome, because I'm not. Like they keep quoting people like Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And it's like, the book is called The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women. And it's like, but I'm not successful. Like, I'm not Meryl Streep, like I think I have legitimate reasons. I think I have a realistic sense of myself and my success, not to say that I'm completely unsuccessful, but I think, I'm not at that level of these people they keep quoting. So I don't know if I have imposter syndrome or not. But what was my point? I was getting to a point.
Well, doesn't matter.
What were we talking about? Maybe that would help me. Favorite living artist.
Favorite living artist. How can you say who that would be, and then also favorite color?
Favorite color, sunset orange. So, mine is
for me,
turquoise.
I guess
actually, turquoise is my favorite color. By the way,
turquoise is good. Yeah, but yeah, I do like the sunsets. I've always enjoyed that. The how that the light hits the orangey glow on things. But I don't know if I really like it. I just like painting it. So I don't know if that's really my favorite color.
Oh, it's just gonna kill me, the imposter syndrome point. It's just gonna
well, okay, again, what's imposter syndrome mean again? Because
it's like when you
refresh us.
It's like when it's like you feel like you're a sham. You're just fooling everybody, and that's why you've had any success or any good things happen to you. It's because
because you've been faking it to make
it was just a stroke of luck, like you with the I only got in too soon because I was lucky. It's like it's nothing to do with who you Oh yes, it was talking about incorporating things into your, like when you receive a compliment. Oh yeah, that's where I was going with this. Thank you. It says that you should create you should decorate your room or create a folder of all your achievements.
Yeah.
And hang up, like if you have degrees or whatever, hang them up on the wall. It's like proof that you achieved and you've done things, and that was based on something in you, that's real. Like it's not just like remind yourself. So I was thinking that all these things that people are saying, like John Kilduff is my favorite living artist.
Right.
Print that up and put it around. Affirmations.
Yeah.
That was the point I was trying to make.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it was worth waiting for.
No, but right. And but there is also I know that also you can do that too when you're sort of like not not feeling good about yourself, which is sort of similar.
Yes,
Parallels.
basically, imposter syndrome is just not feeling good about yourself. Like, basically, that's what it is.
I think
insecure.
so.
I mean, I don't know, actually. Maybe they say in the book it's different from insecurity, but I can't remember
Maybe so.
What it says about that.
But you can start to feel better about yourself by realizing that you are of help to others, and that you've done these certain good things. It kind of builds up your some kind of positivity. It makes you feel a little better, I think.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, that whole dark mat. If we go the opposite, what if we just started approaching everything with a real negative thing? Like, look at all the bad stuff I've done. Like, I'm really focusing on the bad. You can see how you can kind of go down that hole and just be just kind of bad and evil.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting, just for a month. Just
no. No, don't go there.
Just for a day.
Idea.
Just for a day.
Maybe
just
for a day, but like put a limit. Actually, I did do this workshop, like a kind of performance art workshop with this artist, Stacy Makishi, who's originally from Hawaii, but she lives here in London, and she does these workshops regularly, which are kind of based around her love of Brene Brown. And I don't know if you know Brene Brown.
No.
She's like a, kind of American self-helpy kind of, she writes these sort of self-help books, but she's a social worker, and she did a TED Talk, and that kind of launched her career as this author and public speaker and stuff, and leader. And and Brene Brown says that you should kind of embrace somebody's a fan of Brene Brown. You should embrace your shame, or not embrace your shame, but like reveal, I don't know. Yeah, just like allow yourself to, the only way to like have
I don't
fulfilling life
or something. Like
what?
Like I don't like mushrooms.
like to be vulnerable. To allow yourself to be the first. Like the example that Brene Brown gives is like, be the first one to say I love you. Put yourself out there, kind of thing.
Okay.
Reveal the truth of yourself, kind of thing. Be authentic. Don't hide. So Stacy Makishi turns this kind of premise into a performance workshop and asks you to engage with your shame, and you tell a story about your life that you felt ashamed about, and to this group, and then you make a piece of art that's like what you always feared making, but you always wanted to. Okay. And I did that workshop, and it led me down this rabbit hole you just described, like feeling really terrible about myself, and I was like really depressed over Christmas because this was right before Christmas.
All because of this workshop.
Yeah. So I don't recommend. I do recommend Stacey. I mean, some people made amazing work from this workshop.
And somehow.
So I'm not saying don't do the workshop. I'm just saying it's a shit stirring exercise. Like she even calls it like that. People, there's a glass of water with shit at the bottom, and what she does is she stirs the shit, and to get the shit out. Because you can leave it down at the bottom, but you've got to get it out by stirring the shit.
Maybe so.
I don't know if I believe that though.
Well. But again, it doesn't always work for everyone, and there's a reason why a lot of people repress their memories, because
exactly.
You kind of have to. You have.
Yeah, that's why the shit's at the bottom of the glass.
Traumatic stuff. It's not always.
That's why the shit is at the bottom of the glass. We want it to settle so we can be clear here.
There's a time and place for everything, and sometimes you do need to keep that shit down.
Sometimes I guess maybe you need a shit storm, but
sometimes you need to, Drano it and whatever. Stir it. Stir the shit.
So on that note, should we draw this to a close?
Sure.
I feel like, I think, it's just like back in the day. I feel like nothing has changed.
No, I don't think it's changed at all. And I don't think I have either, for the most part.
Yeah.
We should do this in another 10 years.
Yeah. Let's do this in another 10 years.
Deal.
No, we could, yeah, deal. No, we could do it soon. I had an idea of what we could do, but now I've lost it. But anyway,
All right.
yeah, maybe one day. Yes, soon.
Yeah.
Sooner than 10 years. Let's make it sooner than 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peanut.
Excellent.
Thank you for these lovely gifts for coming on your show.
Well, it's
This
an
is my
anniversary
swag.
gift.
This is my swag.
Anniversary gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. So I'm going to end it
Thanks
now.
for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, bye. So that's all for this week's interview with Mr. John Kilduff, and I hope you enjoyed it. John wanted me to share with you the very exciting news that he is going to be conducting the world's first paintathlon at Oxbow summer program. Apparently it's affiliated with the Chicago Art Institute. That's this very month. And he's hoping to get into the Olympics. We're rooting for you, John. So I'll put some details to that in the show notes. Check it out, folks.
Next time on Multiple O's. Next time on
Multiple O's, I'll be sharing my interview with Gavin Turk of YBA fame. Yes, the blue chip artist Gavin Turk, who appeared on the O Show episode entitled Business or Pleasure. We talk about money and shame and being an artist in a pandemic. So yeah, Gavin Turk next time on Multiple O's. Thanks for listening. Thanks for continuing to listen. Thanks for getting to this point in this episode to hear me say, I hope you will accept yourselves unconditionally, your lives, and other people, because we're all just fallible human beings.